I hate videos. Now, you may be wondering, if I hate videos, what the heck am I doing here? Can you hear me now? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Thank you for tuning in. If you don't know me, my name is Ingor, and I am recognized as a networking ninja. I'm hired by entrepreneurs to help them develop a LinkedIn strategy to stand out and connect with their ideal community. Many have no idea where to begin when it comes to networking, especially online. I am there to help guide them through the learning curve and help them navigate the space that is so unknown to them. I'd like to give a little nod to our sponsors. So thank you so much, Island Spices. Know that we appreciate you. And for those of you that are in Toronto, please check them out. They are a home based restaurant that serves wonderful island meals. And also, thank you so much to our other sponsor, Kindness Inspired. And if you have a look in the bottom left hand corner, you'll see me rocking my Kindness Inspired mug that I love so much. So thank you to you, and know that we appreciate your sponsorship of this event. So, how's everyone doing today? Drop us a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from and what the weather is like where you are. Before I bring on my special guest, I'd like to just acknowledge some people in the comments. So let's go to that. Ooh. Good morning to you, Katie. She says she's here and ready to learn from Shri. I'm so excited for you to learn from her too. And of course, because I was taking too long, she was enjoying some popcorn. And then we have Gail. Good morning. She says a duo powerhouse. Good morning to Katie and happy Friday to all. She just finished speaking and attending a trade show gig. So that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Gail. Katie's, of course, networking in the comments. I love to see this. And then we have Whitney saying hi to Katie and Gail as well. Oh my gosh. um, Katie, who's Louise Ryan? Is she here? Oh, so you invited her. Thank you for being here, Katie, and thank you for inviting Louise. And then we have our friend Robert Berry. Hello, Robert. Thank you for being here. And thank you for letting me know that you couldn't hear. No worries. Thank you. Hello, Raven, tuning in from Cape Town, South Africa, my niece. Thank you for being here, Raven. And yes, the networking ninja. So, how many of you know my guest today? Let me know. Let me know if you know who she is. She is awesome. The two of us actually connected last year through a mutual friend on LinkedIn. And I have to say, my first experience with Shri was amazing. She blew me away because of the way that she approached it and how much she just approached it with so much giving. And if you don't know who she is, let me tell you quickly. Shri Mahabir is someone who was extremely camera shy, but she didn't allow that to get in the way of her being able to share the stories of other entrepreneurs as well as her own. So in April of 2020, she created an Instagram live series called Journey of an Entrepreneur. After interviewing about 100 entrepreneurs, she realized her passion. She helps solopreneurs face the camera shyness and help build visibility to their brand and their business. So, without further ado, let's welcome Shri Mahabir.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Good morning. How are you?
I am wonderful. I am enjoying the fact that I misread directions and I'm happy that I'm here.
No worries. That's okay. Thank you for being here. I'm happy to have you. So, Shri, can you introduce yourself to our audience guests and let them know who you are, what you do, please?
Absolutely. I just want to say thank you, everybody who's joining the live right now. And those who are catching the replay, you are the real ones. I just want to introduce myself as Shri Mahabir, which maybe some of you know who I am, maybe you don't. I help solopreneurs, small business owners, business professionals who struggle with being in front of the camera so that they can be able to create video, to create go live like this, show up in their meetings, and have that
Mhm.
confidence to know that they have a value to share and build visibility to their brand, their business. And if you're in corporate 9 to 5, this allows others to see what you have to share and show so that you can get other opportunities. And so Ingor and I, yes, we met through somebody else. And then next thing we know, we're friends, we're on the phone. I still remember I sent her the first video message. She's like, "Oh my God, nobody's ever sent me a video message, and I've never sent one back." And we
Yeah,
went
and
back and forth for a while. And I sent one, I didn't even have makeup on. I just was like,
yeah,
"Hey, this is me." And you were like, "Oh my God, she just showed up like this. Okay, I can do that." And that's the point. Like, many people think you have to have all of this glamour. You
mhm,
don't. We're just people. I have sent, true fact, I have sent video messages where my hair is in a bun. I have no makeup and I just talked. And it could be the CEO, could be anybody. Why? Because we are people at the end of the day. It wasn't a long message, it was super short. So think about that the next time you're thinking, "I don't know if I can do this." You can. You have something to share. Somebody wants to get to know you and give it a shot. What do you have to lose?
exactly. I will just say I remember when I received your first video message, I looked at it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this." And it took me some time, I think maybe about 2 days to get back to you. And I thought, like, I can't. I really can't. But you know what? I did. And you empowered me to be able to do that just by sending me a video message. So I know that you are awesome as a video coach. So I'm happy to have you here. Thank you for being here, Shri.
Thank you. I'm also like typing in the comments too while we're going live. I'm that person, right?
That's fine. Thank you. So we speak about the power of networking on this show specifically, and it ties into something that is very near and dear to my heart, which is Ubuntu. And if you have not heard about Ubuntu yet, boy, you're missing out. Ubuntu is an ancient African word, And what it means is extend humanity to others. It's often described as reminding us that I am who I am or what I am because of who we all are. And I will say, because of you, I can send video messages. Because of you, I feel empowered to be able to show up here on camera. I was that person that, if I attended a Zoom meeting, trust and believe my camera would be off and you would just see my picture there. But yeah, I still sometimes do it. I will say, like, this past week, I haven't been well. And I've I have done it, I think, once in a meeting, but we all have our moments, and I'm here today, showing up live with you on camera. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for being here, Shri. For me, I know, like, it's been a while that I've wanted to have you on my show, but you had a 9 to 5 at that time, so we couldn't. But here you are, and that's also part of your story. So before we go on to the topic, can we just say hi? And I'll probably have to show your comment on screen as well.
Well, I'm
Oh
glad that
god.
I learned how to say it's Ubuntu or
U-
Ubuntu.
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 So for the longest time, I'm reading it like Ubuntu, and
That's
and I
fine.
was like, "How do you say this?" But I'm just gonna say it. It's funny how we read words in our mind, and it's nothing like how it's supposed to be said.
But it's part of an African language, right? So it's different to maybe most things that you've heard. So we forgive you. Just the way that you would say it is, pretend that the U's are double O's.
Ubuntu.
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 Yeah, Ubuntu. That's how you say it.
There's probably a bunch of people laughing right now.
No, but I'm sure that they've had the same question, right?
Yeah.
Let's say hello to you. Hello, John Martinez. Oh, he says good day, both. Um, Hello, my brother. Nice to see you here. John is in Chile, and he is part of my Heart to Heart family, or H2HB. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. And yes, she is. Hello, Shannon. Thank you for tuning in. She says, "You are a star, Shri."
She is the star. She always says I'm a star, but she's the star.
You are a star. And then we have Tim Sohn. He says, "Good morning from my Delaware River walk." Nice to have you here, Tim. And let me show you. Tim sent me that it's a goat, a screaming goat. So nice to see you here, Tim. Thank you for being here.
I need one of those.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I'm
I
very
have to honestly, before I go live, I have to hunt it down because it's somewhere in my house. My daughter loves it too. And then we have Robert. Robert saying, "What?"
Don't believe anything he says.
Tim says, "Hello, Shri and Inga. Nice to see you, Tim. Thank you for being here." Oh wow. Some lovely networking in the comments, and then we have Katie says it's way funnier when a Wisconsinite says Ubuntu. Trust me. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Katie named my goat. She says her name is Gertie. And she says, "I love when she shows up too."
Oh yeah, me too. Now I'm like, how do I get one of those?
Well, Tim, maybe you and Shri should have a conversation.
Ew, that would be so fun. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it helps. Honestly, it's if you're in a I don't know, in a funk, whatever, and you hear that, that definitely brings a smile to your face.
Yes, it does.
So Shri, this show is called Inspiration from Inga. So let's start with the inspiration part. Um, I know you've spoken about, this before, but for our guests, could you tell us what inspires you?
What inspires me is being able to help others show up on camera so that they can share their story, their experience, and all of us can learn from you. And
Mm,
it was through my own journey of realizing this, because for a long time it was like, okay, I'm only going to show up for the other person. But
mm,
I wasn't really looking at what I was learning and what I was bringing to share with others.
mm,
So learning to switch that and say, no, I want to take my own experience. It took me a long time. I want to show that to others. Because even in my own daughter, just believing in her, showing her that she could get through all these obstacles she's faced, she's hitting milestones that she is like, I'm going to do this, and she does it. And that just shows me like how many of us need that one person who says, you're going to do this. Like Ingor, I was like, I'm going to make her do video. Watch. And I remember the first time we met was on Usama's show. You were live with Usama, and I was in the comments. And then I went live with Usama, and you were in the comments. And then we connected.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And Usama is an amazing person too. Someone that I love and appreciate. I call him my brother from another mother.
Yes. Usama, if you're there, hey.
He may not be. It's close to prayer time, so he may not be, but that's fine. So, growing up, who was your role model and why?
So my role model were my parents and other family members. And the reason why was because I was like, okay, here are people who came to this country. They left everything they know in India to start a new life, and
Mhm.
they figured it out. And for me, the most that I've lived is in another state and figured it out, not in a whole other country. And in during the time when there was not internet, like to get to talk to family member, you have to talk on a phone, and not everybody in India had a phone. So it was a
Uh,
big deal to have that communication. Now we have internet, we have FaceTime, we have WhatsApp, and we have even Instagram, Facebook. I mean, we have so many ways to connect with family. But
mm,
during a time when you didn't have any of that and you're still here, that showed me a lot. And then along the way were like Maya Angelou, and I also loved Oprah Winfrey, because they came from some struggles and they overcame them.
I love that. Yes, we all face struggles, right? And although we probably downplay them, um, just being able to overcome them, whether they're small, whether they're big, it's commendable. I will say, immigrating to a brand new country is very daunting. I did that in my early adulthood, and my most bizarre, um, like nightmare that I have, I'll tell you, was like one day in the middle of the night, I woke up saying to myself, "Oh my gosh, the money is going to be different. Like, how am I going to get used to the money?" And I know that's so strange because, yes, like they printed, but there's so many things that you take for granted that you really don't realize changes when you move to a different country, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I kudos to your parents. I know, yeah, it's not easy immigrating. So
Mm-mm.
so for me, my life statement is to positively impact the lives of others. Do you have a life statement, and what is it, please?
So I am working on that, and
Mm,
I won't butcher it because I have it written down and I still am like, I don't know about this. But I will say, just because I don't have one doesn't mean that I don't live it. right?
Yeah.
And I've always been about helping others, whether from feeding the homeless to volunteering at Children's Protective Services or juvenile detention center. It's always been about how can I serve? How can I help? How can we grow together? Because it's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street.
Yes.
And many times, if you really take it an extra step, you're really serving yourself because you're seeing yourself in this person. And now you're showing, like, hey, if if I'm talking to this person this way, these are the same words I need to talk to myself.
Mm.
Same thing with, how do you talk to yourself on a daily? Are you telling yourself that you're dumb, you're stupid, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough? Because guess what? Like, this also
Mhm.
translate into why you will not show up on camera. You're thinking of all of those thoughts. So why would you talk very sweetly to somebody but not do that to yourself?
Yeah.
That's how
Wow.
I look at it.
Wow. And that is so true. If you think about it, negative self-talk really puts limits on us. So we limit ourselves by speaking negatively to ourselves.
Mm.
Um, I it reminds me of a quote that I've heard. And I may butcher it, but let me say it anyway. It says, "Be careful what you say to yourself because you're listening."
Mm. We need to say it one more time for the people way in the back. Like, right up there.
Right? Be careful what you say to yourself because you're listening. It's so important because, we place a lot of limits on ourselves. And I know that it comes from a place of wanting to be the best version of yourself, right? We look at ourselves on camera and we say, oh my gosh, like, no, I shouldn't be showing up on camera like this.
I don't like my
Um,
hair. Look at done. I don't like the
right?
way my face looks. Who's
Yeah, I
wrong with
don't like what I'm wearing. Let me change. And you go through like 50 different outfits before you actually go live. Yeah, that
I don't
happens.
like my background, or I don't have the right equipment. All
Yeah.
the things that could stop you. I mean, full transparency, 1 year ago, I wanted to do a master class. I was too afraid because I didn't think I had the right equipment. I didn't think I had the right content. I didn't think I had the value.
Mm,
And it took me a year. And now I'm going to do that master class. But why did I allow those thoughts to get the best of me? I've always had it in me. So think about yourself. What are you putting off? Putting off? Is it writing that book? Is it doing the first video? Is it
mm,
working with a coach?
mm.
Is it doing a live? Like, think about, why are you not doing it? Ask yourself why.
For those in the audience, if there's something that you're putting off, I will say to you, honestly, the time is now. There is no time like the present. And there are people that are waiting to hear what you have to say. They're waiting for you to share your story. They're waiting for you to inspire them. It doesn't have to be just us that you come and watch. You don't have to just come and watch me on a Friday. How about I come and watch you and support you in your show, in your live stream? Um, let's go to the comments and see what's happening there.
Yes, I'm liking as I'm going. As fast as, while she's talking, I'm liking.
No, that's fine. So, Tim says, it's okay. Sometimes we all need moments of self care over showing up.
I
Yes.
actually want to stop there and say self-care over showing up. I actually
Mm,
want to challenge that and say, yes, self-care, but show up for yourself. Forget
yes.
about everybody else. I'm not saying that what he's saying is wrong. What I'm saying is show
Mm,
up for yourself with what it could be in the
mm,
present moment. It could be, I want to eat that cookie, eat that one cookie. It could
mm,
be, I want to take myself out to lunch. Take yourself out, but
mm,
show up for yourself.
mm, mm. Wow. And Tim says, Ubuntu. Yes.
Ubuntu, not bun. Ubuntu.
Yeah. And Tim says, send me your address, Shri.
Okay. We'll message later.
He says, I have extra goats.
He is a goat. Let's just get it right. He is the
Yeah,
goat.
he is. He is. Hello to you, 𝐶𝐞 𝐏𝐻𝐖𝐄. Thank you for tuning in. And John says, woman verse is powerful and infinite. Wow. Thank you, my brother. That's very kind of you. And Tim says, Osama is the legend. Yes, he is. Um, Shannon, I'm sorry, I'm not certain about what you're referring to, but thank you.
This is a quote that you said twice.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, we wanted to make sure the people in the back heard it.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Make sure that you speak kindly to yourself. Speak kindly. Speak the way that you would speak to a child.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're somebody's child too.
Mm-hmm.
Katie says, "Oh my gosh, ladies, I said all those things. Now I have my private office with a nice background, and guess what? I still fight recording." Yes, Katie, I knew you were there listening.
And I want to ask, to Katie, what
Yes.
is really stopping you? I would love to know, because we always think, well, if I have XYZ, if I lose 10 pounds, I'm there. If I
Yes.
had the right equipment, if I had the right look, if I knew how to do my makeup right, I would show up on camera.
Mm,
And we learn how to do everything, and yet it's crickets. Like, we don't know, but why?
mm, mm. She says, "Stop looking at me, Inga." Yeah, you knew
Everybody
I was
needs to
thinking
look
of you.
all gonna look at her.
Shri, I need to learn from you about Instagram Live.
We'll make it happen, Tim. We'll make it happen.
I'll jump in there too with you.
Come on. Come on, we'll make it an Instagram party. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. And then Shannon says, "Katie, you got this. I was afraid too, and Shri helped me a lot with it. Now I prefer video." Wow.
Shannon, who are you talking to? She knows what I'm talking about.
Hello to you, John Biglino. Thank you for tuning in. Nice to see you. And Katie says, "Stop looking at me, Shri."
Sorry. One guilt.
Oh
I'm always gonna
gosh. Hilarious. And Tim says, "Show up." Yes, let's show up. Good morning to you as well. Whitney, thank you for tuning in. Nice to see you as well. Okay, Shri, what's your take on networking?
So networking actually leads to so many opportunities you didn't think of.
Yeah.
And we're always like, okay, I have the end goal is I'm going to make the sale. I've been there. Now I'm like, the end goal is I'm going to make this my friend, because maybe today is not going to be the day that we do business, but they know somebody because they like me so much. Now they're like, how can I help? Who could I think about? Oh, I know somebody for you. You need to go talk to this person.
Mm,
And through networking, think about this. I started going live on Instagram in 2020, and it was in my second month that I brought on a guest and I got the opportunity to become a published author. And it later that book became an Amazon bestseller in multiple categories, one being international. And that was the power of one person introducing me to another person. So as I went live, that was just my way of networking with other people and building this network, because you never know
yep.
when um, you might need help. You just don't know. So even, for example, you're thinking about doing a challenge and you want to partner with someone, but you don't want to do it alone
Yeah.
because you know each other. It's a possibility that this can happen. Yes, I would love to, is my answer to that question. Then there's the when And I want to bring it back to December 16, 2021, when I got laid off. That day I had a live on Russ's show.
Mm,
Got laid off in the morning, and then that evening I did a live with him because we had planned this in advance. And I was like, I'm not going to not show up, regardless of how I feel. If I
yeah.
start crying, I don't care. I'm going to show up. And I showed up, and I remember in the comments was Ingor. And next thing I know, she was always messaging me here and there. She asked me to join one of her lives. I just wasn't in the mood. I was just like, I don't want to do this. She was like encouraging me. Then she said, let's do it again. And I showed up, and she just was she said, you can even talk about what you're going through because
Mm,
somebody else may need to hear this message. And I will say that because of the power of networking, I had not just her, but a strong circle of influence that helped me. Robert is one of them. Tisha, Courtney, there was Kizzy. They checked on me because every morning was like really hard for me. But the fact that there was these people who would say, "Hey, how are you doing?" I was still showing up for my communities in different ways. Even Ingor, I did not cry, but many times I was like, "I don't know, I can't do this." And she's like, we've all been there. We've all had to go through that. And having that support. So think about if whether you've lost your job or you lost a loved one, because of your network, you're able to get through it not alone. Because
yeah.
sometimes we feel like, oh, and we read all the signs, especially on church. You'll be like, how did you know? I needed that message. But sometimes having that physical knowing, like you're not alone. And
Yeah.
if I could encourage anybody I even remember I was on a live with 𝐓𝐡𝐞 and I had just read that morning there was a woman I connected with. We were supposed to meet on a Zoom, and she she did not want to meet with me because she was in a dark place. And she
Mm,
said, it's been a year and a half since got a job. And I thought about how many people, like when he asked me a certain question, and I started talking about my getting laid off. And next thing I know, I started crying because I started really thinking about her. How
mm,
many people are out there that don't have that? They're
mm,
not reaching out. They're not having that conversation. So this is what video has done for me. This is what the power of networking has done for me. And this is why I keep going out there. I may never get your business, but I do believe we all need a friend. We all need somebody who comes in out of the blue and is like, hey, I thought of you. I thought you would like this quote. Or, hey, I was just saying hello because you crossed my mind.
mm.
You don't know how much that little bit could help somebody switch their day.
Yeah.
Or I always remember when I did food deliveries, at one point I did this, I would always order a large smile. I still do to this day, and it cracks everybody up. But it just, even if they're wearing a mask, you can see their face light up. And when I was in my darkest of times in 2019, ordering a large smile, the amount of people that told me, you turned my day around, you turned my week around, you could just tell. Even if they didn't express it, you could just tell. So going back to Ingor's question, the power of networking is something that I encourage all to do because
Mm,
it's like a bank. You are depositing by connecting with people, but one day you're going to need to withdraw because things happen with life. Setbacks happen, but
yeah.
having that network because you are depositing and then now you're able to withdraw, you're receiving that withdrawal makes such a huge difference.
Wow. Um, I want to pull up a quote quickly, and I can tell you uh, because this was so pertinent in what you said right now, which is about the best time to begin networking. Can anyone guess when that would be?
Now, now,
The best time to begin networking was yesterday. The
oh,
second best time is now. Yeah. Because, the thing is, we need to begin networking before we actually need the people that we're connecting with, right? Um, networking, let me show you another quote. Networking is more about farming than it is about hunting. It's about cultivating relationships. And you may have seen me get emotional when you were speaking, and the reason is because I've been there. I've experienced that. I've been laid off, and I know what it's like. Um, and at that time, I didn't have a huge network of friends, but those that I did have were checking on me and checking to see how I was, and that matters, right? It
Mm-hmm.
does. That's it's really about Ubuntu. I can't stress it enough. No man is an island, and we will never get through anything, especially our challenges, on our own.
Mm-hmm. I
And
had
we
a
will,
like you
yeah,
were one of them, but I'm just saying, like, you know who your real friends are when they
yeah.
call you every day. And I even had some mornings I do not want to talk to them, but I answered
Mm,
because after that, I would go do what I need to do.
mm.
And sometimes you have those souls. I want to say thank you to Kizzy, and I want to say thank you to Shara, thank you to Ingor, Robert. Robert called me a few times a day, but it matters. All of that matters.
Nice. Let's go to the comments. It's blowing up. I just want to. So yeah, we have our friend Carl Sean Watkins. He says, "Just finishing my series and had to jump in and show some love. Thank you, Carl. Nice to see you here." Tim says he loves both of our backgrounds. Thank you, Tim. Katie says she's starting her Instagram live weekly soon. I can't wait. I
Me
can't
too.
wait for that. That'll be awesome. John John says, Katie, let's collab. We can both benefit and stop having Inga look at us. Yes. Did you see my message in the private chat, Shri?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you did. So stay tuned, everyone. Shri and I are looking at doing a 3-day video challenge. So stay tuned. We're going to do this. We'll do this with you. So, John and Katie, come on over. And maybe some others too. Let us know. Send me a message and let me know if you're interested, and then we can look at doing that for sure. Katie's telling John she's gonna be doing a Monday live on Instagram about planning her week. So that's awesome. And hey, I'm not sure if you noticed, but we were talking about you. Did you
Yes,
hear the
so his
call?
ears were burning.
Yeah, did you hear the call, Osama? Love you, brother. And then we have Russ Hedge. He says, "Good morning, my friends. Thank you, Russ, for being here." Um,
Russ,
yes,
yes. Thank you, Usama.
yes, yes. Thank you, Osama. Um, oh, Robert says, "Wow, my post today is about the power of smiling." Yes, smiling is powerful for sure. Russ says, "Shri, you are a positive force."
I want to give a shout out to Russ. So I did a live with Russ, and then next thing you know, he's like, "Let's do a live every Wednesday." It's right before the experience, so it's the backstage. So we start off on Instagram, and then it leads into LinkedIn, YouTube, the show with D. Scott. And I just want to say what an honor it is that now it's part of the schedule. And it's in my when I send out the schedule of my lives, it's part of the show that I do. And it's such an honor to be there with them because we never plan anything. It's always just like whatever's on our mind.
But sometimes that's the best thing. A lot of the time we'll overthink things, right? And that slows us and stops us actually from doing what we need to do. And sometimes it's just better to just jump in feet first.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is.
Uh, Robert says yesterday. Yes, you got it, Robert.
Our networking was yesterday, not today.
Yes, and it's so important to cultivate relationships, as Russ is pointing us to out to us. Here's a long message for you. Go ahead and read it, please.
Sri Mahabir, this has happened to me often lately. I've had such an outpouring support from people that would have had no idea where I was personally. God has placed those people in my life. Clearly, I get so emotional. I believe that too. There's no coincidence that you meet
Mhm.
somebody. You meet them where you need to meet them. You
Yes,
asked for this moment. It's real crazy to think that, but I asked for that moment, and here we are today.
yes, absolutely. Some awesome networking going on in the comments. Usama says,
True.
"Show them that you care, and they'll surely be there." Dominic Vargas. Thank
True.
you, Usama. That's beautiful. Um, and then we have our friend
Hey,
Charlie.
Charlie. Hey, Charlene.
Hey, Charlie, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. I know you were just live with our friend Carl, so thank you for being here. Oh, Katie says, I cannot stress this enough. Speak when you are led to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If someone's on your heart and regardless of whether you know what they're going through or not, just reach out, and you'll see.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Yeah. Um, oh my gosh. Like, I'm trying to just acknowledge the unique comments. Some awesome networking, of course. Usama's throwing some fire around. Yes, thank you, Sama. Oh my gosh. Katie says, oh wow. I am wherever you need me. Thank you, Katie. And then we have, hold on. Sorry, I'm just John Paul says, praise the Lord, amen. Have a powerful day and stay blessed. Thank you, John. Katie says, Shri, let's talk today.
We
Oh
will.
my gosh. And one thing that I have to say, I love Katie also sends video messages. Especially when she first connects with someone. That's something that she does. And I don't do that.
It's a powerful tool. You'll be
Yes.
surprised how it takes me a little bit longer to get back to people because I personalize it, but I always send that video message because it makes a difference.
Yeah. It truly does. You know how much it's impacted me that you did that. So, and someone says he loves me, and all the legends are in the house. Oh my gosh! Cindy with a Y says hello, everyone. Awesome content as always. Thank you, Cindy. Oh my gosh! Usama says I need to learn how to reach out. How can I do that? You are awesome
Of all
already.
people, like he knows.
Can you imagine if we have to add some Inga and Shri to Usama? No.
No, Osama is like amazing by himself. He doesn't need us. But in his sense, for those who are trying to understand how you would reach out to somebody, I would suggest read the person's profile, like get a bit of information so that you can come up with an idea what to ask them. And then in your intro video, think
Mhm.
about what do you want to say? Like, do you
Mhm.
want to pronounce your name? Do you want to just say, what is it unique? And don't sit there and I would say, this is just me personally. I don't sell. I have a certain look, a certain way that I address the camera and how I bring it in and out. And then I ask something about them because it's always about the person you're connecting with.
Mhm.
However, this is something that I go deeper in my 6 week group coaching, where we go into like the right way to answer somebody or address somebody in a video so that you can get that person to want to connect with you. And I'll tell you, like, out of 10 people, 9 people will reply back. Whether it's either they'll reply back with a voice, a text, and a lot of times video.
Yeah. I like to send voice notes actually when I connect with people. Um and I was very tempted to send you one back in response to your video message, but I mustered up the courage, thank God. It took me a while, but I did.
I'm glad you did too.
Tell me, Shri, why did you start um just going live on Instagram? Why did you end up doing that?
It really started when I started my business in 2019. I started it as a virtual assistant business. And it was told to me, "Hey, you need to hear testimonials. You need testimonials." It was placed on my heart, hear their journey. And so I'm like thinking in October 2019, how do I do this? I don't have the right equipment. I don't have a studio. How do I bring these people to me? And then COVID hits. And I see my friend going live with all of these people on Instagram. And I was like, I want to do that. I can do that. And I asked her a few things. Next thing I know, I asked 9 people to go live with me, and the 10th one said yes. And that's when it became like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Because I was like, how do I bring visibility? How do I do this social media marketing? I have no idea what I'm doing. And that's when I started to be like, okay, this works. And that's how I learned so many different processes, like setting up the process, getting people to see what do I have to offer, because it wasn't always easy. Like some people think, and I've heard this multiple of times, where people are like, I don't want to do a live because I don't have the audience. I don't want to post a video because I'm waiting for the audience. Let me tell you, whether it was a video or live, I had 0 people. And I didn't really care. I've even had some lives here on LinkedIn where I've had 0 people show up. Again, I don't care, because what people will see in the end is your consistency. What they will see is that you have a value to share. So let me check this person out. And next thing you know, you get better. Think about it, a YouTuber. They started with the first video looking boo boo, and now you see their 10,000 video, and it's like, whoa, it's
Yeah.
a whole new change. So don't compare yourself from somebody who's got 300 plus lives and you have one. Don't do that. We all started at one. We all started there. And my first 50 lives sucked. Meaning, like, I didn't have a proper intro. My background was crazy looking. The lighting was, I mean, the first month I went live, I didn't even have a light stand. I was using a hair tie, a ribbon, a globe, and a jewelry box to hold my phone.
Wow. Wow. I think I've seen that picture actually. I've seen a picture of you, um, with your equipment. And really, like, you don't really need much. You need a phone.
You
That's
don't. Even now, my current setup, even though I have gone away from the phone, when I got laid off, I didn't even have a laptop. My daughter helped me get this laptop. I don't even have a proper stand. I'm using a cart, a plastic cart that you can get at like Walmart or Target or Amazon. And then I have 2 boxes. It's just what I have. I make it work. If you don't believe me, you can check out my post about that. Whatever I have, what you see here does not look like what it's seen in behind.
no.
You have to remember, what you see here, the energy, the value, that's what people are going to be drawn to. Not
Yes.
because you got boxes.
Yes. And it really doesn't matter what you look like or what your background look like or the equipment that you use, as long as you get your message out there. The main thing is really the message.
I will challenge the background. You want to make it, it's like if you get those cats, I would say, let's like move to an area where there's like a little bit of one corner where you're like nobody can breathe or sneeze or eat anything in. This is where I record, whether it's a Zoom meeting or you're going live. Like, this is your area, because, like, but as you can see, it's just walls back here. But you
Mm.
can do so much with these walls. You can
Yes.
add, you can subtract, meaning like you can add lights, you can add a fake background, and there's different ways to do that. But yes, you can start with what you have, and I guarantee you, you have a lot.
Yeah. I actually I remember seeing a post by someone on LinkedIn, and the main thing that she spoke about was, how to go live. The best way is take your phone and stand in front of a window,
Hmm?
because the natural light is enough, right? Especially, well, when it's daylight, of course, during the day. Um, you don't necessarily need this.
No, actually, natural sunlight is my favorite. It just brings that beautiful, and especially if it's a greenery, if it's not too cold wherever you are, that greenery just makes it look so nice. You're like, ooh.
Yes. I remember during a go live challenge, I took a walk outside, and people said to me, "Oh my gosh, you should do that more often. That's so nice to see." And I thought, that's so weird because I was just walking in a park. But really, as long as your background is okay, it's mostly about your message. What is the message that you're bringing to your people? Let's see what some people are saying. Oh my gosh. Usama said, mic drop to that Shri. Yes, Shri has been dropping some awesome mics. Um, Tim Sohn says, love it. Yes, it's all about them. And then I have my friend Cecilia. She says, good afternoon. She's tuning in from Cape Town, South Africa. So
Yeah.
nice to see you. Thank you, C, Lady C. And then let's see. That's exactly the moment I fell in love with live streaming, when I was watching Travis Lochner. So, and Usama says, I love your intros, Shri. It's absolutely fire. Nice to see. And oh, we have a question.
Is going live better than recorded videos? And I will say both are good because with a short form video, which is between 30 to 60 seconds, because you can have long form in short form. So it could be 90 seconds or 2 minutes. But in this case, a recorded video allows somebody to say, okay, this is who they are, this is what they're about, and especially you're putting out content, and if something really resonates with your audience, the next thing you know, you can turn that into a live, which allows it to be whatever it could be. You it bringing on a guest, it could be a workshop, whatever it is. So recorded is so that people get to know who are you, and then a live allows for that person to see you, answer your questions, and understand if this is something that you want to continue, because we can go to free university for so long, but you get to a point where free university is not enough. You actually need to level up and you pay. And yes, we've all been there where we've had some bad coaches or we've had some bad experiences, but that's just makes you understand like what is, I won't do this, I will do this. And you get, in some cases you'll learn, okay, this didn't work, but it doesn't mean that every, it's like going out to dinner. You go to one restaurant, you may have a bad experience. are,
Mm,
are you going to say that all restaurants are bad? You might say maybe that one particular restaurant I won't go back to, but
mm,
that doesn't, like if it's Thai food, does it, is it saying that all Thai restaurants are bad? No.
mm.
So think about that with coaches. Like you might work with one person and it didn't work well, or you might work with someone and be like, wow, this was the best thing ever.
Yep. I I've had quite a bit of experience working with coaches. Um, I will say that I do have a favorite. And I will say I've had some negative experiences, but does that mean I'll stop? No, no. Even though I'm a coach, I believe coaches need coaches.
Hmm.
And, education is important. We don't know everything about everything, so we need to learn. Um, and yeah, I I'm just thinking about I've learned so much from different people, whether they've coached me or not. We can all learn something from each other. So
Hmm.
I want to encourage you, if you are stuck on whether you want to do video or not, if you want to network or not, jump in. Um, there's always something that you can learn. And even if you don't really learn anything, you'll get to meet some awesome people. Um, so, Shri, do you have any closing thoughts for our audience?
So for anybody who wants to get in front of the camera so that they can go do video or a live like this, I am opening up my 6-week group coaching program so that you can come and join and we go through all of this. Now, if you want to get a taste of it, then Ingor is going to share with you a little taste that you can get what it would be like to work, even figure out if video, I mean, get past some of the jitters with video.
Yes, the two of us will collaborate and share a link with you guys so that you can sign up and let us know. But if you are interested, please send us a message, send one of us a message, and let's get it on the calendar so that we can get that sorted.
Yeah.
And you can join us in lives. Why not? Oh wow, Usama, he says coaches need coaches. Yes, they do. And he says,
Mic
you're
drop.
dropping some mics. Katie says, oh my gosh. Dang, I could hang out with you guys all day. By the way, Katie, I got your text message. She was commenting about my necklace.
It's very pretty. I like
Thank
the
you.
color top you have on it. So, woo, bright.
Thank you. Thank you. There was a time when I didn't wear color, but now I've learned to embrace it. My necklace is the Star of David. And I wear it because I'm a Christian and Jesus was a Jew. So it's just something that I feel close to him and closely about, and that's why I wear it. I love it. And I will say, I did my DNA test, and I discovered that I'm also part Jewish, which is strange, strange, because I'm actually part of many different racial groups, including Indian, actually. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah, which is why you've asked me before. That's why I celebrate the different festivals, and because I feel that we need to acknowledge everyone. Um, Hello to you, Antonio. He says, have a great day or evening. Thank you. And Lady C, Cecilia says, indeed, we can all learn from each other. Each one teach one.
Yep.
Yes. Summer says, woot woot. Yes, Katie, we're going to do it. Are you ready? Let's go. Awesome. Thank you. And Shri, you can share your link in the comments later on, just so that everybody has it. Shri, it has been a privilege and an honor to be able to have you on my show. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here. And thank you to everyone who's been watching. We appreciate you. And we will see you soon. If you don't mind, I'll send you to the green room. But I'll come, and I'd just like to wrap up, and then I'll come and chat with you quickly. Thank you. Whew. Yes, we can all learn so much from Shri, and we can all benefit from having a friend like her. She is amazing, and she's brought so much joy into my life. I'm just so grateful to have all of you here. as well. And I'm reading the comments as I'm talking, but just to wrap up, please send me a message or Shri a message if you're interested in doing a very short video challenge with us. And I'd like to just make an announcement actually. And this is my announcement. Please save the date. I will be teaching a LinkedIn masterclass on June 15th. Time is to be discussed, but save the date and let me know if you're interested. I'd love to be able to have you in my class and share my knowledge so that you can grow and grow your network on here. So thank you again to those of you that have tuned in. And if you're catching the replay, let us know by hashtagging replay in the comments. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm wishing you a wonderful Friday and an awesome weekend ahead. Be blessed. Talk soon. Bye now. I hate videos. Now you may be wondering, if I hate videos, what the heck am I doing here?